and welcome. We have the mighty Ditka's owner, Justin Fear, aka Ditka. Welcome. You lost the bet twice or three times at this point. I can't recall. But you're doing the bomb. Let's just get right into the chip, and then we'll ask you some questions about your devastating loss.
All right. So this is probably going to be a disaster. I don't know how big these drops are supposed to be, but that looked like it was
That's
two.
two drops, and then three drops. There we go.
Okay. Drops. So.
And this is 100 Scovilles going into your body. I've tried it before, at least 5 times at this point. Justin?
Like 100 Scovilles per drop, or?
100 Scovilles per drop.
Here we go.
All right, Mike Ditka. So you lost last week against Adam Lawson. Going into Monday night, what was your thought process?
Well, I thought that I pretty much won the game. Was up by 30 points, I think it was, over Lawson. He had the Ravens defense. He had Mark Andrews. At first half, the Colts, they were doing pretty well. And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden, he just had a big second half. The Ravens had a big second half. It was pretty unexpected.
Yeah, and where would you rate this in painful losses of the Ditka franchise?
Ranks right up there with the Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw fiasco of what was that, 2008. It ranks up there with the semifinal loss where Matt Stafford couldn't get 7 points to send me on to the championship game. It just brings a tear to my eye,
Yeah, I noticed that you don't have any milk with you, which is pretty rad. Let's get into the predictions, though.
I do, but I'm a hard ass.
Okay, well, let's jump into the predictions. We'll let you get some of that drink on that milk.
All right, so the first game here, we got the Mike Ditka versus Team Iceland. I think that the Mighty Ducks get the win. This is the Mighty Ducks 4, 132.6, 115.8. I think my quarterback, whoever his name is, I can't think of it because my mouth is too hot, he gets a rebound game and he's going to get the victory. All right, the next game here, we got the retired team, James Weingate, kind of on a roll right now, going up against Scott and Steve Buscemi. I think he's going to rattle off another victory with Derek Dong Henry. Scott's team really in the shitter right now. He did get a big win this past week to move up into third place in the league, but Adam Lawson's high on his heels, and I don't think he's going to get a win. It's going to be James by 4 points. All right, the third game here, we've got G-Hoff, Turd, versus Dave Bailey. Dave Bailey's team definitely in free fall. Reminds me more of his team from the Turd Bowl years than his championship years. He's in dead last right now. Probably going to continue to trend 111 to 98.4. I don't know any of the players on their team, but just going to win. The next game, we've got Adam Shifters. He definitely is in a little bit of a scandal right now with the whole ESPN, the emails with the Redskins football team. My apologies. Had Adam Lawson coming off one of his biggest wins franchise history. Never picked him to win a game, but got to after this one to reverse the curse. It's going to be 126.5 to 106.5, an exactly 20-point victory. Right, and then the last game is the game of the week. It's David Pemberton. I think that the curse is actually going to be moved from me this week to David Pemberton. He's got his kicker from the Bills going on Monday night.
One last question for you, Justin, before you go.
A field goal at the buzzer.
So,
he's going to lose
do you think there's any way to undo the curse? What are your thoughts on undoing the curse?
Yeah. I'm currently exploring and researching ways at the moment. You got to find out where the curse came from. I don't think it came from me. I was all into the curses. I was into the curses, the witchcraft, the voodoo, the Satanism, all the gear. And but just because I was using it doesn't mean I originated it. You got to find out where it came from. That's what I'm working on right now. Hopefully before Sunday I can figure it out, and then the curse will be moved to David.
By the arm of Jackson and touchdowns by Andrews, I hereby declare the curse is upon you. The raven attacks and has no mercy. His prey was the black cat, and now he's coming for thee. You cannot run. You cannot hide. The curse is now written and the raven flies high. Forever he'll follow, not far behind, to crush your dreams until your fantasy team dies. Adam Lawson, 2021.
Well, thanks, Tinker, for those predictions. Now, this week in fantasy, we are a third of the way through the season. That's right, 3 is a magic number, 6 out of 17 games. Holy shit, where does the time go?
Well,
Week 6 also means bye week. Buys. This week we have a couple of buys. Next week it's bye again. Bye.
All right, let's get into theories and how to undo the Raven curse. Justin lost in a ridiculous fashion last week, but this week he's gonna have to try to figure out how he undoes this thing, because Lawson had it for years. So he might have to get a tight end that scores him 29.44 points, because that's how much Justin was losing by or winning by when Lawson beat him with Mark Andrews. Or he needs to call Dick's Sporting Goods and read the entire book, The Raven, to an employee and make sure that they don't hang up. Lastly, he could potentially watch the show That's So Raven and give us a review of every single episode, and that could potentially break the curse. James, what do we got for free parking this week?
Free parking this week. Which kicker out of the top 10 will score the most points? I think Evan Nutrition out of the Bengals.
Oh, I picked Greg Joseph from the Minnesota Vikings, and Justin picked Nick Folk from the New England Patriots. All right, back in time. We're going back to 2013. Let's start with quarterbacks. We all have the has-been quarterbacks that have MVPs like Joe Flacco, Cam Newton, and Ben Roethlisberger. James, who we got for wide receivers?
Brennan Davis, Josh Gordon, Riley Cooper, Larry Fitzgerald.
Right on. Lastly, we have the running backs, Arian Foster, Eddie Lacy, LaShawn McCoy, Brandon Jacobs, 102 yards or 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. New York Giants. Lastly, would you rather, James, would you rather win a trade, then you lose your player to the IR 2 weeks later, or score the second most points 2 weeks in a row, then lose?
I don't do the trade because I don't want to lose.
Oh, you don't want to lose? I think I'm going to go with the second most points for, 2 weeks in a row, because I have male dominance. I can say I have more points than you. Want that $75. Thanks for tuning in, folks.